morning, DBS family, and welcome to anyone joining us for the first time. I've actually been getting messages from people saying that they've just started joining us and they're not sure if they're part of the DBS family as yet. But don't worry, there's no long application form. You're here, you're part of the family. So, without further ado, welcome, like I said, and let's get into the rest of the show. You know, we're making sure that you wake up on the right side of the bed with the right energy and kicking things off with our morning news highlights.
Good morning. Commerce Minister Emma Hippolyte says government is actively exploring ways in which to bring relief to both consumers and businesses after a spike in COVID-19 cases in China dealt a further blow to the already hurting global supply chain.
Price increases were recorded in all major categories, Mr. Speaker, namely food and non-alcoholic beverages, housing, water, electricity and gas, clothing and footwear, health and transportation. This government has had a difficult time devising strategies to cushion the impacts of rising prices on the poor amidst an estimated overall deficit of 345 million in the last fiscal year and 394.5 million in this fiscal year.
The suite of possible measures also includes waiving the customs service charge on selected building materials and basic price controlled items to reduce the cost of imports for not only major distributors and retailers but allow cost savings for consumers. The Ministry of Health says there is no need for a recall of the Janssen COVID-19 vaccine in circulation on island. The announcement follows a World Health Organization or WHO statement on April 22nd informing of a recall of some Janssen COVID-19 vaccines. This recall is based on a precautionary measure and related to lots produced at the drug substance manufacturer located in the USA and drug product batches manufactured between March and July of 2021.
The Ministry of Health has reviewed the information arising from the alert and recognized that the current batch of Janssen's COVID-19 vaccines circulating in St. Lucia is not among the recalled batches. Further, the drug product manufacturing site for the batch in St. Lucia is Janssen's Biologicals, Netherlands. In light of this, the Janssen's COVID-19 vaccine administered here is safe.
During the past week, the ministry says it has noted an increase in the number of COVID-19 cases reported and is appealing for St. Lucians to take steps to prevent the further spread of the virus. The Archdiocese of Castries has condemned what it calls the outrageous and unprovoked assault on the Catholics of the parish of the Assumption in Vieux Fort. Over the last weekend, a man stormed into the church, tossing Molotov cocktails into the sanctuary, setting a part of the building on fire. In a statement released by the church yesterday, the newly installed Archbishop Gabriel Malze called the incident a violation of congregants' constitutional right to worship.
The Archdiocese is mindful of the history of such assaults on the Catholic community in the past. These include the murder of Sister Frances Teresa Keenan, SJC, during Mother's Day Mass in Grace on May 8, 1977. The kidnapping of Bishop Lester Gilly, SJ, in Castries in December 1980. The brutal murder of Sister Teresa Egan, SJC, during the cathedral attack on December 31st, 2000, which also resulted in the severe burns of Mr. Victor Reyes and Mr. Mark Bobrin, and the death of Father Charles Gaia in April of 2001. And the attempt on the life of Kelvin Cardinal Felix, then Archbishop of Castries, after the Chrism Mass of 2006.
The Archbishop believes these incidents suggest a targeted pattern of aggression which is unacceptable in a democratic and Christian society. One man has been arrested in connection with the Mother's Day incident in Vieux Fort. Finally, Consumer Affairs Minister Emma Hippolyte has joined in calls for a more vigorous and vocal National Consumers Association. She's also pleading with St. Lucians to join the organization in order to make it a reality. The appeal comes in light of the enactment of the Consumer Protection Act 2016 in January of this year and amid rising food and other prices.
The membership and drive of the NCA have diminished. at a crucial time when the consumers are impacted by the effect of COVID-19 and the war between Russia and Ukraine. Consequently, a more vibrant NCA is necessary to represent and lobby on behalf of all consumers. It is against this backdrop that I, not only in my capacity as Minister with responsibility for consumer affairs, but as a former member of the NCA, lend support to the efforts of the NCA to hasten the growth of its membership.
Under the new Consumer Protection Act, anyone who is buying goods or services in a shop, online, over the phone, or signing up to a consumer loan now has the full backing of the law to protect their rights. The minister says the NCA, or the National Consumers Association, still has a very important advocacy role to play. And those are your top stories. Thanks for watching. Good morning.
All right, that is a wrap for our morning news highlights. Thank you so much to our news team for always making sure that we are updated about what is happening here in St. Lucia. You know, they say that knowledge is power. All right, DBS family, we are heading into a quick commercial break, but keep it locked because I think we have a pretty good show lined up today. I know I always say that, but this one has something special about it. So keep it locked. You're watching DBS. Welcome back, DBS family. This month, our Youth Parliament is actually on. Now, Youth Parliament was supposed to take place in April, which is Youth Month, but unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond their control, the youth parliamentarians could not head into the House of Assembly. But they are doing so this week. Their first session was held yesterday on Wednesday, and they will actually be back. They will actually be back in the House today. So we are looking out for that. But we thought that in case you did not get a chance to tune in yesterday, we would share some of the highlights with you. So let's check that out now.
Announcements. Good morning, honorable members. Let me first bid you a happy belated Youth Month. We know that originally, and to the young people of St. Lucia, we know that originally we were supposed to meet in April, but due to circumstances, we are here in May. But after 2 years of no youth parliament, we are back in this chamber once again to represent our young people. So thank you very much, members. Bills. Honorable Prime Minister, Minister for Economic Development and Finance, and Member for Grosley.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to present the first reading, a bill shortly entitled Child Justice.
Madam Clerk.
Child Justice Act.
Honorable Prime Minister, Member for Economic Development and Finance, Member for Grosley.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to move for the suspension of Standing Order 48-2 to enable this bill to go through its remaining stages as this sitting. Good morning, honorable members. Through you, Mr. Speaker, I would like to make it known to my colleagues that the future of the justice system for all children in St. Lucia is in our hands today. We have been graced with the responsibility of strengthening the criminal procedures of St. Lucia by analyzing the assessment, inquiry, court proceedings, and diversion processes for children who, in one way or another, has come into conflict with the law. You may ask what this is. Mr. Speaker, the Convention of the Rights of the Child 1986 voiced in detail in Articles 37 and 40 that children in conflict with the law have the right to treatment that promotes their sense of dignity and worth. It takes into account their age and aims at their reintegration into society. The Convention of the Rights of the Child 1986 also recognized that placing children in conflict with the law in a closed facility should be the last measure of resort and should be avoided whenever possible. A female politician in the early 1900s expressed that justice cannot be one-sided alone, but must be for both. We as a government must understand that yes, there may be a situation where a child may have done something which is wrong, but we have to be open to understanding the situation at hand. It should be noted that in 1990, the United Nations saw it a further need for dialogue on juvenile delinquency, resulting in the proposal of guidelines for the prevention of juvenile delinquency, referred to as the Riot Guidelines. Mr. Speaker, in this assembly, members reminded individuals of the need to develop national, regional, and international approaches coupled with strategies for prevention of juvenile delinquency. Our purpose here today of debating this child justice bill is because of these initiatives stated from 1989 and 1990. We are here today posing this question because of what was discussed and what was identified as a need. You may ask, Mr. Speaker, what the term children in conflict in the law actually means. This refers to anyone under the age of 18 who comes into contact with the justice system as a result of being suspected or accused of committing a crime. But believe it or not, most children in conflict with the law have committed petty crimes, Mr. Speaker, such as minor offenses of vagrancy, truancy, begging, or alcohol use. Notably, Mr. Speaker, some of these are known as status offenses, meaning that if we were adults, we would not be charged for these offenses, but children are recognized as being in situations because of it. Hence, as a government, we share the view that the child justice we share the view of child justice made by UNICEF 2006, which recognized that juvenile justice aims to reduce incarceration while protecting children from violence, abuse, and exploitation.
Welcome back, DBS family. Right now, we are at Serenity Park with Wilburn Mathre. And let me just say, ahead of the award show, congratulations are in order. Wilburn is up for 2 awards in a regional gospel award show. So, what's the energy like for you right now? How are you feeling?
Oh yes, I'm elated. I'm really happy. And also there are 2 other St. Lucian gospel artists that got nominated. We have Saffros Joseph and also the Vertical Bass Band.
All right, so it's even bigger than we initially thought. We have a whole team of St. Lucians up right now. So we'll definitely have to touch base with them as well ahead of the show. When are you expecting the show to take place?
They're going to be choosing the winners on the 3rd of July in the Bahamas.
All right, and will you be attending in person or would you guys be attending virtually?
I will be attending virtually. I do not know about the other two gospel artists.
All right, well, let's get into the song. If my memory serves right, this is a song that you put out last year. It was in 2021 in January. So, take us into the piece that is getting all this attention right now.
Yes, the name of the song is Miracle Worker, and it's a song I wrote based on life experiences of some individuals I know that were going through hardship and they are still believers and they kept their faith during those difficult times. And I wrote the song in 2019, but I released it in 2021. And I think it was really a good time I released it because the song is also a beacon of hope for many people out there, especially in these pandemic times. So it's a beautiful song to help encourage people out there.
All right. And I mean, even ahead of 2021 with the release and ahead of 2019, when I actually met you for the first time, it was in 2019, you have been in the music industry in St. Lucia even before that. So, what has the journey been like ahead of you being here with us today?
Yes, it has been a challenging journey, some ups and downs, but I've had some wonderful experiences. I've been nominated is a wonderful experience. Also having the international interview on NBC6, that was really a wonderful experience. So even in the tough times, I just try to remain focused, and of course, the Lord is there even in our most difficult times. So that's what I try to focus on. And I have to remember why I'm writing the music. It's not just for myself to become famous, but it's also to help other people out there to get the messages that they need.
I think that's definitely something that we could see resonating with all of your music. The fact that it's not based on self-interest. It's not something that you're doing, oh, just for the fame right now. I mean, you could feel the energy with you that the person performing the songs, the man behind the mic is still the same person that you would meet on a day-to-day basis. I'd imagine that's something you get a lot.
Yes, well, a lot of people get surprised actually because they know that I am a very quiet person, but when they hear me sing, they're like, oh, yeah, so I get that a lot.
All right, Wilburn. Well, we are certainly looking out for the show. But ahead of then and outside of that, how can we as St. Lucians really do our part to support you as a musician and to support your journey?
Oh, yes. Well, I launched my website a couple years ago. So if you really want to support me, you can visit my website, which is www.wilburnmusic.tk. And there you can find all the information on me, like my biography. You can get to look at my latest releases, my music videos, and plenty more.
All right, DBS family. So we're heading to a quick commercial break, give you a chance to go check out that website. And when we get back, we are actually going to be checking out one of Wilburn's music videos. So that's a special treat to look forward to. You're watching DBS.
It's my destiny, I'm gonna make it no matter what. It's my destiny, Not gonna stop till I get there. It's my destiny. With God by my side, who can be against me? It's my destiny. Oh, it's my destiny. We all know life ain't fair, but giving up is not an option. Though the road ain't clear, I press on with Jesus' blessings. Someone see me fail, fall flat on my face, I've been there. But when I rise, I remember that falling is part of the journey. It's my destiny. I'm gonna make it no matter what. It's my destiny. Not gonna stop till I get there. It's my destiny. With God by my side, who can be against me? It's my destiny. Oh, it's my destiny. It's mine. Time and time again, I feel life's burdens on my shoulders, but I get on my knees, praying to God for the answers. Sure, the wounds are deep, but they only make me stronger. That's what is there for me, yeah. It's my destiny. I'm gonna make it no matter what. It's my destiny. Not gonna stop till I get there. It's my destiny. With God by my side, who can be against me? It's my destiny. Oh, it's my destiny. It's my DESTINY. It spells destiny. Oh, it's my destiny. It's my DESTINY. It spells destiny. It's my destiny. It's my destiny. I'm gonna make it. Gonna make it. It's my destiny. Not gonna stop till I get there. It's my destiny. With God by my side, who can be against me? It's my destiny. Oh, it's my destiny. It's my destiny. I'm gonna make it no matter what. It's my destiny. Not gonna stop till I get there. It's my destiny. With God by my side, who can be against me? It's my destiny. Oh, it's my destiny. Oh, oh, oh.
All right, DBS family, that is our wrap for today's show. Thank you so much for joining us and keeping it DBS in everything you do. You know we always have the best content, and I can say that with confidence. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. And in case you're looking for something to tune into this evening, you know DBS is doing it in a big way with the rebroadcast of our Never Too Old to Still Be Your Mom sponsor program. That is going on air at 8:30 this evening. So I'll be watching. I hope you'll be watching as well. See you there. Bye.